It's my peanut butter and Vagina Might sandwich. So here's some Vagina Might. Oh well. I don't know what this is about. It's her birth certificate.
Hi everybody, it's Buffy here. I want to update you on some questions that are going to be raised in the media about my truth and my ancestry, and I want to ensure you hear it from me first. For 60 years, I've been sharing my story as I know it. I'm an artist, an activist, a mom, a survivor, and a proud member of the Native community with deep roots in Canada. And I count myself lucky to have had two families to love, a growing up family who were wonderful, and my BIPOC family who are also wonderful. But there are also many things I don't know, which I've always been honest about. I don't know where I'm from, who my birth parents are, or how I ended up a misfit in a typical white Christian New England town. But I realized decades ago
Spinning white Ouroboros got her.
that I would never have the answer to these questions. My growing up mom who was proud to be part Mi'kmaq told me many things, including that I was adopted and that I was Native. And later in life, as an adult, she also told me some things that I've never shared out of respect for her, that I hate sharing now, including that I may have been born on the wrong side of the blanket. This was her story, and it has never been my place to share it. When I left home at 17, I began to explore the world and who I was on my own. I visited communities as an entertainer that nobody else would go to. They didn't even know they existed. I told stories from lived experiences that no one else would, and I championed causes that few others even knew about. They didn't show up. I also found a new family, a chosen family. And they took me in as an adult, in accordance with Cree law and traditions, and they claimed me as their own. This has been and always will be my truth. Now I've taken a step away from performing for my health, but at the same time, there are those who wish to question me. I can only think of all those I love and all those who see themselves in my story. My chosen family, my growing up family, Indigenous people who have lost their heritage, and survivors of abuse who have had their stories questioned. These questions hurt me, they still do, but they also hurt others. They're questions I've struggled with my whole life. So what can I say? I know who I am, I know who I love, and who loves me, and I know who claims me. And to those who question my truth, I say with love, I know who I am.
It's funny, when I saw her on the YouTube, it looked like David Lynch. And I thought, this is a deep fake.
But a description of Friday night's upcoming Fifth Estate episode, Making an Icon, reads, an icon's claims to Indigenous ancestry are being called into question by family members and an investigation that included genealogical documentation, historical research, and personal accounts. It appears that Buffy St. Marie wants to get ahead of the story. Here's part of what she has to say in a video posted to her social media today.
My growing up mom, who was proud to be part Mi'kmaq, told me many things, including that I was adopted and that I was Native. And later in life, as an adult, she also told me some things that I've never shared out of respect for her, that I hate sharing now, including that I may have been born on the wrong side of the blanket. This was her story, and it has never been my place to share it.
So
I don't know. That might get me a copyright claim, but all I know is that woman can sing, and her singing is authentic. It's fantastic. And the reason I wanted to play this was this song makes me feel at home. It's funny, it actually came up early on in the YouTube thing, but it's now been dropped by the look of it. It's with Tanya Tagak, who's Inuit. If she's like me, her personality will depend on who she's with. And then, with internet connection like this, went down. I'm on Wi-Fi, but this is interceptable because everyone knows the password, and all they have to do is everyone on the street knows the password because it's written on the door and they leave the door open. So I ain't got no security here. But it's just a line. Your race has begun. I think there's new human biology here that nobody knows about and that birth certificates don't account for. So what's the point of a birth certificate? It doesn't have a photograph. It has no biometric data on it. Birth certificate don't prove shit. And Rosa Maria Ruiz has mine. It's got all covered in mud and it's lost. That was the original, I think. And my Aunt Eve wouldn't pass on a message to my... I could try and get it from Zimbabwe House, but... Try and get a copy, but... I don't know. It's because I when I wrote that drivel about the glorious revolution and the pretenders to the throne in exile in the Vatican, I just thought the story was so wacky anyway. And obviously I spent so much time reading it that I thought my mother spelt her name S-T-U, not S-T-E-W-A-R-T. But it's S-T-E-W-A-R-T. According to, but the only sources I have of that information are online and this thing my father has sent me. But that doesn't even have his, doesn't even identify him in the photos look all cooked up to me.
Whether you're a woman or whether you're a man, sometimes you got to take a stand. Just because you think you can, you got to run, you got to run. Whether you're a woman or whether you're a man, sometimes you got to take a stand. Just because you think you can, you got to run, you got to run. Crying against the odds, you're in a trance.
Fania is just fantastic. What a driver. Fantastic.